Hello, welcome, or welcome back to Heretic Owl Tarot. My name is Liz, and I will be guiding you on this journey today. This is a reading for Sagittarius. Wherever Sagittarius is in your chart, happy early birthday to the Sagittariuses out there. I don't really have much of an intro. We're just kind of like, we're just jumping right in. There was something that I was going to say, but now... Oh, that's what I was going to say. I'm so terrible at this, but I would love it if you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. I'm so close to breaking 1,000 subscribers. It's felt like it has taken forever to get there. So it would be great if you helped me with that. I would appreciate it. And as always, of course, because now I'm starting to feel the need to say, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I even think I'm going to update my little disclaimer that's in my description because it's just kind of generic. And I just even want to be more intentional, I can't even tell you what it says. It was such an unconscious thing. I just wanted to throw it in there. So anyway, patience. That's actually the Temperance card, which is Sagittarius. So anyway, love to see that. But we're not taking any jumpers. With this spread, I'm just going to shuffle a bunch and then cut the deck twice. And then we'll get your spread out. So give me just a sec. Oh my God, the Patience card came out again. Part of me is do I just keep it out? No. If it really wants to come out, it knows the rules. It can officially come out in the spread. A couple more times for Sagittarius. It might even really just be a reminder for patience, literal patience. If you need to be reminded of that, there you go. I know I do constantly because I have none. Okay. For Sagittarius. Here we go. Current energy. We have the Sun card. I love that, especially too since, again, right? I mean, the Sun is about to be moving into Sagittarius literally in a couple days. What is leaving? We have the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. What's coming in? The Seven of Wands. And then to clarify, we have the Messenger of Fire or the Knight of... No, this is a Messenger of Air. Hello? Or the Knight of Swords. We have the Page of Earth with the Queen of Earth. And then the Five of Swords with the Seven of Wands. Kind of interesting how the two things that are leaving, or, the card and the clarifier of what's leaving are both air. Oh my gosh, earth. Let's get it together. I'm calling air fire. I'm calling earth air. What is happening? Also, too, I mean, there is literally only fire, air, and earth on the table. No cups. Okay, so we start with the Sun card. The Sun card is everything good. I felt the need to pull up the guidebook on some of these. Not even on all of these cards, but just some of them. So anyway, I feel like there might be a message in there for you too. So again, right, the Sun is everything good. It's joy, it's bliss. It's almost even too inviting that in. Literally soaking it in. Because, I'm thinking of soaking in the sun, vitamin D, right? Even to the properties of vitamin D. if we are low on vitamin D, it fucks with our hormones, our mood. There's a rejuvenation, a rebirth aspect to it. And in the guidebook, it says, at this time, everything is possible and everything I need to know is illuminated. Projects come to fruition, relationships flourish, and my growth is assured. This is a time of plenty. It's important that I share this abundance with others. I am deeply grateful. That seems like more of like an affirmation, right? Like, and I love that first that at this time, everything is possible and everything I need to know is illuminated, which is also really interesting too, because it's paired with the messenger of air, and the messenger of air is actually the Knight of Swords. And then, swords have to do with our mind, our thoughts, our belief systems, our mindset, truth and honesty, but like divine truth, divine honesty, right? It's like looking at things objectively without any sense of like emotion or belief system attached to it. But it's like, what is true of this, right? So it's interesting that, the sun is illuminating something here having to do with the messenger of air. And that card says opinions informed by experience, adherence to dogma, allegiance to a way of thinking or acting, a learned response, subconscious programming, and swift reactions or responses. And then it says, I need to broaden my perspective. I am reacting to a situation from my past. I have to think about whether I want to do things the old way or respond differently this time. I can adapt a new way of thinking and behaving. So, hello, right? Like, just with the sun, which is literally the one of the luminaries, right? But it's literally shedding light on things. And even, our sun in our chart being, like our shining personality, like the things that we are, or how we illuminate, how we share ourselves, how we show up in our environment, right? So clearly, like there's something that is being brought to your attention here that would have to do with how your perspective was formed, how your personality was created, right? Like, do you have an allegiance to a certain way of thinking? Because this would be saying that the energy is available for you to change a perspective, for you to see things differently. Do you want to think about things, what does it say, the old way, or respond differently this time? Like, what? Yeah, like, and this is the current energy. So clearly, like, this would already be something that's already in your realm of consciousness, right? I mean, like, this is already something that's like in the forefront of your mind anyway, and something maybe that you've even just been chewing on for some time. And then again, what we have leaving is these two earth cards. We have the Queen of Earth with the Page of Earth, which are pentacles. And pentacles have to do with our money, how we get it, how we save it, how we spend it. It's our time. It's our relationship to worthiness. It's, our physical body. Where are we physically showing up in our lives? Like, how are we investing our time, energy, our space? So for the Queen of Earth, it says practical and grounded, trustworthy, earthy, resourceful, a gardener who tends to what has been planted. It says, I am committed, down to earth, and clear about my goals. I am honest as I work with others to keep it real and be true to what we are doing and the challenges before us. I use all my resources wisely, whether they are finances, opportunities, or people willing to help me in my endeavors. Also, too, like, I see the queens as very, very personal, very individual. Because to me, the queens are when we embody the energy of the suit ourselves. We recognize it, we learn to work with it, we learn to master it. And the Queen of Pentacles is very nurturing, very supportive. They are learning to master their worth and really getting grounded in what that means for them too. Is it monetarily? Is it, like what you bring to the table? Is it that you bring the whole ass table, right? Like, and it's recognizing like, wait a second, I've been acting in a way of being invited to the table when that's my fucking table. Like, why am I acting like I'm the guest here, right? Like, this is my table. So let's start acting that way, right? And it's also too like very like self-care comes to mind, but it's interesting because I've been having this conversation with a friend about what does self-care mean? And most people tend to, when we hear the term self-care, it's like bubble baths, massage, going to get a mani-pedi, or just, kind of something in that sense. But really what it is learning how to take care of your own needs. Do you need just downtime? Right? Like, do you need space to decompress? Do you need a massage? Right? I mean, it definitely can be those things, but it's much deeper than that. It's literally learning how to fully from head to toe take care of yourself so that you can fully show up in your life, right? You're not pouring from an empty cup. So this is in the position of what is leaving too. I want to remind us of that. So there appears to be some level of mastery or completion happening with this over here. And it's paired with the Page of Pentacles. So with these two being paired together, this could be a completely different thing for you, like a completely different way of approaching things in your physical life. It's a completely different way of approaching your health, of approaching work, of approaching your worthiness, like all of that stuff, right? And with these two cards being in the position of what's leaving, it's like there needs to be a recognition on your part, and also even a trust on your part that part of your life, that aspect of your life that you have been really putting a lot of time, attention, and focus, like even pouring your resources and your money into, like trusting that it's solid, right? And the Page of Earth says commitment to prosperity, first signs of tangible success, undeniable evidence that hard work will pay off, dreams grounded in reality, start of a new project. Everything starts with a plan, and I am beginning to see results generate prosperity. I am a doer, and I get to make my own decisions. I have the ability to attract what I need. Exactly. Like, that's like literally what I was trying to say, is that whatever you have been focusing on, right? It's literally getting to a point where you trust that is your way of life. That is what you are going to continue doing. And it's almost like allowing yourself to also like focus some attention elsewhere. It's even too like trusting the process. And it could even just be like taking that to another level, right? Not necessarily like taking your focus off it, not necessarily taking your grip off of it. But again, it's like this trust that it's there, it's solid, you have a firm foundation, you've built that firm foundation, even going back to the table thing, right? Like you have a solid ass table, and you can trust that table that you've built to be sturdy, to be trusted, to be right. And then what is coming in is the Seven of Fire or the Seven of Wands and the Five of Swords. And it's interesting how both of these cards let me just kind of show you. It's interesting how both of these cards are balancing on, well, the unicorn is balancing on their hind legs. This person, this ballerina, is balancing on one leg on like what looks like a tight wire, right? And this almost even to like, it really feels like, I hate the word test. I fucking hate that word. I don't necessarily believe that we're like tested, right? But it's like, there just might be situations that come up where you're going to have to balance different aspects, because fire is our actions that we take, the motivation behind them, creativity, passion, desires, right? Like, how are we communicating those things? What actions are we taking towards those things? I also see wands as being information by way of experience, because that's what we get by trying things. We figure out what works. We figure out what doesn't work. What do we like? What don't we like? What stays? What goes? Right? And traditionally, the Seven of Wands is standing your ground, defending your actions. Also, too, I keep looking at, like, on the Queen of Pentacles, this looks like a dragonfly to me. I'm not entirely sure if that is what it is, but it looks like that to me. This kid looks like a dragonfly. That looks like there's dragonflies flying around here, even though they're lit up. So it could be like fireflies. But let me look up what the symbolism of a dragonfly is. Where's my adaptability too? I just saw that word. Let's see. Change and transformation, adaptability, joy, lightness of being, symbol of the realm of emotions, invitation to dive deeper into your feeling, being on the lookout for illusions and deceits, whether they are external or personal. When Dragonfly's symbolism flits into your world, she is asking that you pay attention to your deeper desires. With this in mind, you should also be mindful of the outcome that you wish to have. I mean, if you want to Google yourself, like the meaning or the totem for dragonfly, like maybe you will find your own personal message in that. But even like the adaptability thing too, going deeper, diving deeper, could also even be, because again, right, Seven of Wands is being defensive. It's standing your ground. So it could be having to do that, or being so rigid, like, keeps coming to mind. It's almost like I keep getting this feeling of like loosening your grip, but it's in the sense of trusting this, like this whole thing about trust. And also it's like, it's not just going to fall apart if you don't have a firm grip on it, type of thing. Because that could also even be wherever we were talking about over here. Maybe it was a messenger of air, and you know, this whole illumination of like you know, old stuff, old patterning, old, you know, like thought processes. And if one of your own or your old thought processes is that if I'm not 100% focused, if I don't have 100% control, whatever that it means for me, then it's just a house of cards that'll fall down. I don't think so. I think you built this shit to be really effing solid. It's almost like over here, like it's not going to be a test, but it's going to be something that shows you that it is actually solid. The Five of Swords, like I see the Five of Swords as being like a battle of wits too, because it does generally involve other people. And I mean, you could be any one of the people involved, but it's air, so it has to do with our mind. And and both of these cards actually have to do with other people, because, you know, the Seven of Wands, it's like defending yourself. I always see like the Seven of Wands is other people projecting their shit onto you, and you're standing there being like, okay, first of all, I didn't even ask. Like, what? Second of all, like, it's not your life. You know, like people are like, oh my God, I could never do that. Okay, well, you're not. I am. So what, I guess, what are we actually even talking about? Right. And then the Five of Swords is again like other people's, it's like their beliefs kind of butting up against yours. But again, it's like, did I ask you? So it really kind of feels like there's going to be an opportunity here. And really, it's not even a test. It almost literally feels like this affirmation, this confirmation. It's like almost going to show you that what you have built over here is really solid. I know I've already said that. Whatever is being illuminated here, the energy is available for you to shift that perspective. Right? And then over here, like if there are other people involved, like again, they could maybe just say like their own unconscious, subconscious shit, like, ugh, I could never see myself doing that or whatever. And you're just going to be like, that's cool, but this is what I do. So bye, you know, like, and it's going to come also like so naturally. It's not going to feel uncomfortable. It's not going to feel like it has even in the past. It's just going to be like, well, this is my thing and I'm going to stick to that. Right? Like, and I love that. I think that is absolutely beautiful. This whole reading has been absolutely beautiful. And I'm going to leave it there. Interestingly enough, I don't know if you can see like the sun creeping in here too, which is perfect because there's the sun. So, okay, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for allowing me to read your cards. I will talk to you soon. Bye.